Hi, I'm Bo, and today I'm going to run through an example of how I would teach cellular respiration and photosynthesis, which are two pretty big topics on the biology section of the DAT. Okay, so here we go. Hi, so how are you doing? That's great. So it looks like from last week, where we took a couple of different diagnostic tests on your understanding of different topics in the biology section, it looked like cellular respiration and photosynthesis were something we could work on together. So I also sent you some resources like articles and YouTube videos on these topics. Were you able to go through that material before the session today? Okay, that's great. Yeah. Do you have any questions on any of the topics before we start? Okay, let's dive right in. So let's talk about cellular respiration first. How would you describe cellular respiration, just like the overall process of it? Right. So cellular respiration is a process in which we take glucose, which is a simple sugar, and we turn it into CO2 and H2O, and also create a lot of energy that is used to drive life processes. Okay, so we can basically split cellular respiration into three major steps. Can you describe the first step to me, which would be glycolysis? Yeah, so in glycolysis, we take one molecule of glucose and turn it into two pyruvate molecules, which are three carbon molecules. And not only do we produce two molecules of pyruvate, we also produce two ATP molecules and two NADH molecules, which are energy carriers that are going to be used later on in the pathway. Okay, so after glycolysis, what occurs? Right. So basically, after this step, I would just run through all of the steps of cellular respiration and ask them questions about where it occurs in the cell, where the products are taken, and afterwards, I would go through the process of photosynthesis and compare and contrast the similarities and differences between these two processes and the importance of both. Um, and prior to the session, I would also have questions on hand so I can test understanding. And yeah, so I think for each session, I would have one area of focus. And I know that the DAT has a couple different sections, so not only maybe a biology section, maybe focus on another section as well in a certain time frame and have certain objectives and learning goals on hand. And especially because this process is quite complex, it could be complex. I could also diagram it out or do some screen sharing and maybe on a Google Docs write through the steps as well.